Hey everyone, this is Jacqui Cooper with CryptoMom2 Talk Show, and I want to thank everyone for hopping on to take a listen today to this episode. I am actually talking to someone who is in the digital space and blockchain area, and he's been working in this industry for many years, and he's actually in Sweden. So I'm really excited to talk to him. In a quick second, I'm going to bounce it over to him. But for those that are new to Crypto Mom 2, I just want to share a little bit about my history and why our talk show has been created. I started this journey of learning about blockchain a little bit over 18 months ago. And I started Crypto Mom to actually journey my learning about crypto altcoins, Bitcoin, mining, staking, NFTs, just as things developed. And I am learning that it is an ever-changing technology, and there's so much creativity on this platform that I am really honored every time I'm able to talk to someone else who's doing something within this space, because it is amazing to me the variety of backgrounds that we have. So I wanted to talk to Jesper today because his LinkedIn profile really intrigued me. We were having a conversation on LinkedIn about digital real estate and what is a digital asset. So we'll continue that conversation in a second, but I'm going to bounce it over to him so he can introduce himself. Thank you so much for being here today. I know we're on the opposite sides of the world, but together we come together and we're able to kind of have this wonderful conversation. How are you doing?
Hello, Jacqui. So I'm doing great, and thank you very much for having me. So I'm Jesper Sjogren from over here in cold, not cold, it's summer here right now, but from Sweden. And at the moment I work with what we call digital real estate at YT Investing.
So how do you define digital real estate? Because that's kind of a broad area, especially because it's always changing. So how are you defining it?
Yes, I think digital real estate and digital assets can, of course, be many different things. Just like you are doing with crypto is, of course, one type of digital asset. But in our case, and what we work with that we call digital real estate is YouTube channels. And I really like to compare it to real estate in the way that a channel is like a building, and every single video that you put out is then like a tenant that will pay you. And you can have as many tenants as you want compared to regular real estate, because there is no limit to how many videos you can put out, but there is also always a limit to how many tenants you can put in a building. And there is also no limit to how much any single tenant can pay you either. So that's why I think it's a really exciting analogy and comparison to a real world asset compared to a digital asset. And that's why we call it digital real estate.
I love that. When you were saying that, it was blowing my mind, because all of a sudden I saw exactly what you were talking about in terms of that each video can be produced for education, but also for income streams, for marketing, for merchandise. And so each digital platform has a different ability to actually serve a community. And so I had never thought about digital real estate from that perspective, but you're right. And you can definitely make a mark and support. So what do you do with the video side, with who your clients are? Who are your clients? How do you help them?
Well, our client is pretty much anyone, to be honest. But the beautiful thing here for your specific audience in the crypto niche is, of course, that crypto channels and finance niche channels are paying out a lot, RPM, revenue per mil, how much money they generate per 1,000 views. So crypto and finance niche channels are paying very well. It's almost like 50,000 views and you get $1,400. So it's paying really, really well at the moment. So I would say that people in the crypto niche are our ideal client at the moment, because those channels grow very well and they pay out very well as well. And like for crypto consulting companies and people that offer mining services and things like that, I have noticed that there are not many ways for them to reach their target audience in that many good ways. So by having a crypto YouTube channel that allows them to directly promote constantly to that audience that they have on a YouTube channel allows them to gain more customers, really, and to gain an audience for their message and what they want to spread.
Interesting. So are those channels, do they, from your experience, is it that they're doing YouTube live, or is it that they're posting, I don't want to say static videos, but the videos with some sort of lead generation link? How are they actually growing their audience?
So what we do is, for our clients, is that we do 100% of the work for our clients. So they do not actually do anything with the channel themselves at all. But yeah, the way they make money is, of course, through the ad revenue that they get from YouTube playing ads on the videos. And then, of course, by promoting their own services in the video and in the descriptions and such. And there can be like affiliate links and really anything. So there are a lot of different ways that the money-making aspect comes into play.
I totally appreciate what you're saying, because again, generating an audience to understand the product and the information is really important. And the visuals are the fastest way to educate people, which can also mean that they can then understand how they can become involved. Sometimes when you're writing an article or you're doing something which is not visual, it takes, I'm a teacher in addition to being an entrepreneur, so I know that everyone has their own learning style, but if you could see like those how-to videos, it makes it just so much easier. If you can see how it's done, then you can say, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and I really think like in the crypto niche, a lot of people, of course, it has decreased in the last few years, but some people like frown upon it and are a bit scared of crypto services and things like that because of the reputation that Bitcoin and things like that had like 10 years ago. And in comparison to doing like Facebook advertising to get clients, when you have a YouTube channel, you consistently build trust with that audience and to you specifically. So if they ever need like a mining service, crypto consulting, or anything like that, they will turn to you because they know that they can trust you, because they have seen you so many times, and because you built that audience and you built that trust over time, which is not something that you can do in a single Facebook ad. You cannot do that through a Google ad or anything like that. So it's YouTube is a very unique opportunity in that way.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I know that in my developing the JCooperTravels and the Crypto Mom, I've been doing posts from the talk show side and not so much, to be honest, focusing on the YouTube side. But I have about 15,000 followers on LinkedIn, and through the various posts that I'm doing, you're right, people develop a confidence in what the information you're going to be sharing. And then as a result of that, because of recommendations or your network, they come back to you and say, can you give me information about this? And that's another reason why it's really important to be careful about what information you put out, because it's not just your reputation, which can be hurt. People rely sometimes on the information you share because they don't always do the full research. So, it's like a double-edged sword. You're being used as a consultant, and sometimes you want them to also research on their own. But you're right, using YouTube as a vehicle is an excellent way to both educate as well as to build a clientele. So how would people reach out to you if they wanted to connect with you to use your services? And for those that are listening, that contact information will definitely be in the block below in case you don't have a paper and pen, but how would they reach out to you?
Yes, so yeah, either through LinkedIn at Jesper Sjogren. If they are connected with you, I'm sure they can find me. It's the same name that they will see in the video, of course, if they are watching the video version. Or they can reach out to me at jesper@ytainvest.com. And that's Jesper, not Jasper, like most people think.
I appreciate that, especially, with our American accents. Sometimes
Yeah.
we're
Yeah, I can't count how many times I've been called Jasper by now.
yeah, I apologize if I did that.
No, you haven't done it.
So, the tools that you use and your expertise, how do you see it, or maybe not, applying to the NFT side? I mean, again, they're starting to incorporate NFTs, videos into NFTs. Do you see yourself going into that direction, or are you going to stay in the niche that you're in?
It's not something that we have discussed at the moment about how we can integrate NFT specifically into that. So I can't really answer that because that's not something that we have discussed at the moment. But of course, NFTs and things like that, it's really exciting to see the application areas and everything, how it's spreading super quickly right now. So who knows, maybe we will have to have that chat in like a week or so.
Yeah. So what's your background? How did you actually end up here? That's also something that I always try to find out.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit of a long story because I have had my own marketing agency for a couple of years, and I've also had at least 15 different e-commerce websites and things like that. And once it was time for me to graduate university, I wanted to start looking for a role where I got to talk to people a bit more and build like relationship skills and things like that a bit more. So yeah, sales and marketing, basically, to complete those areas. So I started to looking for a job in those areas, and at the same time, yeah, sorry, I have to back the tape a little bit.
That's okay.
So I saw this young entrepreneur called Caleb Maddox. He posted about that they were looking for people, and this is an absolutely amazing guy that I have been following for like 6-7 years on Instagram, and one of the most dedicated and friendly people I've ever come across. And so I saw him posting on Instagram that they were looking for people. So I applied through Instagram DM for this job, actually. And eventually I got the offer to get the job as well. And at the same day, I got an offer from Apple to come work for them at Ireland, to move there. So, but it was no question what job I was going to take. So here I am today. It wasn't a hard choice at all.
So what's it like living in Sweden? I know that I have not had the privilege of visiting yet. It's on my bucket list. So what's it like, and what places are your favorites of yours? So someone coming over might want to definitely put it on their list to check out and see.
Yes, so I really like living in Sweden. I think it's an awesome country. There we can't really complain about that much because we have a stable political situation and great healthcare and everything like that. So I really don't have anything that I can complain about with Sweden. I love it here. So
is there a favorite place that you would have someone go visit?
I would say our capital, Stockholm, has a lot of different places to visit, and there is so much cultural buildings and sites to see. and beautiful cities surrounded by the ocean, and rivers throughout the city as well. Not like Venice, but still some. So I would say Stockholm for sure. It's a great start point. And of course, we have the north of Sweden that is filled with the beautiful mountains. And for those who like hiking and things like that, we got plenty of that to go around. So
it definitely is a place to visit, especially as the world starts to open up again. So it's very exciting to be able to see other cultures and other geographic areas. Any last minute thoughts before we wrap up for our listeners that you want to share?
Sorry, but nothing I can think about.
No, it's okay. So why don't you go ahead and share again how they can contact you? So that way, you know, for any companies that need the service of exploring this digital real estate, it's huge, obviously, because it's all about the digital now. How would they contact you?
So either through LinkedIn at the same name that I have here, Jesper Sjogren, or they can contact me through email at jesper@ytainvest.com.
Awesome. And that information will also be in the block below. So thank you so much for being on today. I look forward to having future chats with you. And everyone who's listening, definitely like and subscribe, because again, we're going to have continuing conversations on all topics about the digital, blockchain, everything. So remember, be kind, enjoy, and have a great day. Thank you, everyone.